Hi, I'm Matteo Benabdallah. I'm a freshman here at East Leyden, and I'm a local historian.
Hi, my name is Chaidez, and I am a historian and social studies teacher at West Leyden High School. And we're here today to have a discussion about local history, architecture, and community history, and why that's important for us. So how would you say that you kind of got started and interested in history?
Well, my grandfather, he's like a general contractor, and he used to always when he would go to a job or whatever, I would usually come along with him. And he would tell me when the way home, I'd ask him questions. Then he would teach me about all these old things and old homes and a lot of their old techniques. He did not grow up here, he was not born. He was born in Sicily, Palermo.
Cool.
And it's you know how Italy is
that's some real history.
Old.
Yeah.
So he would tell me how it was when he was little before they started building taller buildings. It was just really cool.
You're a very active member in the River Grove Historical Society. How did you get started?
It really mostly started off with my first tour at the River Grove Historical Home, the Buckman and Dorman home. The head commissioner, Mr. Michael Prokop, I went there and we were talking, and he was doing the tour, and I commented about some things. There was a piece from the guy who lived 2 or 3 houses away from my grandparents. He was one out of the 3 first triplets in the whole village. He was this came out of the Gertz home. I was yeah, that house is gone now. And then just, I think last year, 2 years ago, it came along with the one-room schoolhouse, which was the Marmor building. And so I would go to the village hall, and I would ask them what's the feed with this building, what's going on, and I would search up online River Grove, Illinois redevelopment projects, and I'd be oh man, scheduled demolition. There was a public hearing when, and I would see that they're tearing it down, and I would call. I got the mayor's personal phone number.
Cool, so you're a real advocate
for
these places.
I don't like seeing them torn down.
So you have some big ideas, right, about historical preservation in the community. What would you need from us, from Leyden, to kind of make that happen?
You see, the thing is, they're not gonna listen to a 14-year-old, you should really do this. They're not gonna listen to me. I need some people to back me up when it comes preserving a building. That's one of the main problems I really had when trying to save the one-room schoolhouse, or the 2-room actually. Yeah. And it was yes, there's historical commission, but of course historical commission's gonna try to help me. I told the mayor, yes, historical buildings most of the time do not bring in revenue for the village, but this does not have to be an average historical home or building. It could be an ice cream shop.
Sure, it could be
You don't have to keep all the buildings. You could just keep this little building, have parking, a little patio. You could have ice cream, but nope, because there's no ice cream shop in the village, and that's a big.
Well, that's actually a really big problem.
Big problem. Every cute town's got an ice cream shop.
So you would say bringing awareness to these issues is really important to you.
And get people into it, homeowners who live in an old home. For example, I could point out 2 homes already here on Cal Wagner that are gorgeous, gorgeous Victorians. This home, it is a Queen Anne Victorian, built in 1892, the year Franklin Park was founded. It was built by A.B. and Kirchhoff. This home is actually a pretty nice representation of what it used to look like. It still looks the same. The window frames really haven't changed. All the windows are really where they used to be placed, and they still are. The only thing it's missing is the ornateness and the porch. The second home is 3316 Cal Wagner, and it was built in 1893 by William Kirchhoff. The thing I love about this home is how the turret roof, it's got that little bow to it, and it's still like that, and I love that because it's unique. That's history in less than a few walks away from Leyden.